What's up, everybody? If I look like absolute heck, is it because I just look like absolute heck? Let's go ahead and get this thing going. All right. So just maybe about a few minutes ago, I just like early this morning, I woke up, took a walk. What was supposed to be like maybe an hour walk turned into a 2 hour walk. So I found myself going there and coming back, and you know, I was actually kind of in a mood, so I really do need the walk. I'm kind of mad at myself because yesterday I was trying to learn how to use After Effects, and I realized I'm easily distracted, which makes it a bit of a challenge for me to actually get the hang of After Effects. So I kind of have to, you know, keep my head on straight. Plus, I made the mistake of playing Tinkertown. Now, if you have a Steam account or whatever, then you know that Tinkertown is like one of those, it's one of those games that you play where you basically sort of walk around this makeshift world and you take things and you make things into other things. And I love games like that. I love games where you kind of, you could make, you make bigger things out of small resources you have around you and things like that. It's actually very dope. And another thing I like about Tinkertown is that like the majority of the time you attack things that attack you. One of the few things I really don't like about most games is attacking things that don't attack you. Because most people are already kind of a bunch of bullies anyway, and the last thing I need is to be beating up on something that ain't even like really messing with me. But in Tinkertown, once that little exclamation point pops up, you got to defend yourself or run. You know, so there's that. That's actually it's a very fun, very in-depth game for me. I found myself really enjoying it. I think the one thing I don't like right now is the lack of a map, but that's only because I'm used to playing Don't Starve, and I'm used to being able to press the tab key or press the little, controller thing, the controller LED device thing, and getting a full scale map because I like to be able to scour the area before I start like getting my resources. I actually have like a whole system when it comes to that. It's like scour the area, see where everything is, get the resources, establish a home base, put everything connected into that home base, and try to survive. And the more I think about it like that, I feel like that's kind of how I approach life. I try my best to just sort of get a little bit of everything, mash it up together. First, I try my best to see everything, then try to get a little bit of everything, bring it back to home base, try to understand it, and survive that way. And it's worked and it hasn't worked, and it's really weird because just thinking about that, it's just like, hold on, it's like there must be some sort of psychological link as to why I like playing these games, and I think I just got it while recording this video. But yeah, like once I play video games like Tinkertown or Don't Starve or Gems of War or anything like that, it becomes I become useless. I could literally like if I had the whole day to myself and I didn't have to do anything, I could play those games sun up to sundown. Maybe play, maybe like watch some shows or something while I'm doing it. But like sun up to sundown, I can play those games like nonstop. And I'm actually a little ashamed of myself because I'm not good at those games. I do die fairly, you know, quickly or efficiently, like inefficiently. But I love playing games like that. Just being able to harvest things and create things and compile things. It's so dope. I still haven't solved this thing. Um. Also, I don't like because of this a bit of a cloud lifted over my head, sorta. I have been like also sort of paralyzing myself by watching some TV, like watching more TV shows. Like right now, I'm watching The L Word, Bob's Burgers, and The Practice, starring Dilly McDermott. Which is weird. Like, fun weird thing about The Practice is I was just going through the motions of like watching like law shows, and I saw The Practice, and the first thing I thought of was, okay, I watched Law and Order SVU, and that's law from the police officer's point of view. Now I'll go to see from the lawyer's point of view because it might be a little bit different. So So like I was watching the practice, and then all of a sudden, you find out Law and Order, Organized Crime, starring Christopher Milani and Dylan McDermott, and it's like, huh, Dylan McDermott's doing really good for himself. I hate the practice though. I mean, I don't hate the show, but it annoys me exactly how much every so often they have to remind the viewer how much everybody just thinks that Dylan McDermott is hot, because every time they see him it's like, oh wow, he's so attractive, we dated once, all this other stuff. I'm like, I don't care about that. Just get to the trial part. um so yeah, but I don't know why I started watching Bob's Burgers again, because like Louise really depresses me, because she's a mean kid, and it feels like she just kind of gets what she wants, or rather it feels like because she's a mean kid, she kind of just sort of she skirts by doing these things. It's like she comes across as a brat, and I mean, granted, she's one of the funnier characters in the series, but it's like, can somebody please like spank this kid or something? I mean, she does ultimately, like, down the line, she does kind of become more humble, and things do happen to her. Like, she does get checked for her bad behavior, but it's just like, it's like on one hand it's funny, but at some point the routine of, she's a bad kid, kind of just sort of gets tired to me. Um, but I'm still watching it because I think Mr. Fishoder also. I have a hatred for Mr. Fishoder, and I really need to see him. I really need to see him get checked one time. Uh, let's see. Comics wise, I have been reading Kingdom Come. I finished. I uh, I finished one series. I forgot what it was. I think it was Final Crisis. The one where the one where Batman shoots Darkseid, but also gets hit with the Omega beams. Like, for those who don't know, at one point in time, Bruce Wayne does die, and that's kind of the reason why Grayson becomes Batman, and Damian Wayne becomes Robin, because well, also Jason Todd was Batman too, but Jason Todd was like, he had this cool costume, and he had these two guns, and he would like literally like write down "I am Batman" everywhere, and people were calling him Gatman because he had like two guns, bro. It was so cool to see Jason Todd like as Batman. As me personally, I hate villains. So seeing villains get beat up and killed and stuff like that, for me, that's dope. Cause like I ain't trying to like I'm not trying to feel bad for no villain. Like it's like everybody always wants to feel bad for the guy who kicked a puppy and burned down a nursery, and it's like, why? That dude should be killed. So there's that. So that's that. Oh, also just some to also something to bring up. I was most recently at I don't know if you can see it. I was at RangerStop'n Pop in Atlanta, and I was only there for Saturday. The thing was that like while I was there, like a friend of mine invited me over there. I think I probably might have mentioned this in my older videos, but I got invited over there. I can only go for Saturday because I am poor. So I went there. I had a nice time. I encountered the Rangers, with the exception of like a few who I couldn't encounter. But like it was a really good atmosphere. Like I actually haven't been to prior to that. The last convention I went to, I think, was Dragon Con of last year. So I didn't get a chance to truly appreciate or enjoy you know the con scene for a while. So it's like just going over there was just a good feeling. I got a chance to talk to most of the guests like I wanted to. They were really nice people. I can't lie. Like Nakia Baris, who played Tanya, she does not. Her and Zach just don't age, man. Deborah Estelle is, by the way, she got like big mommy energy, and but I think that's just because of the fact that whenever I see a black lady, the first thing I think is mother. So I feel weird saying that, but not in a good way. Good weird. Um, but yeah, like I had fun. I had fun at that convention, even though I was only there for that Saturday. It was a nice change of pace, but like I do realize now that my wallet is going to probably like crucify me for it later. So there's that. What else is there? Politics. I can't talk about politics right now because I don't really know what's going on. I kind of just been sort of not really paying too much attention to it. And I'm also going to be talking about wrestling stuff on my other channel, which if I knew how to edit, there would be like my other channel name would be like, and then, but it's KID. If you want to hear about my convention experience, I have it on my podcast, which will probably also be here. Just imagine that my podcast name just. At some point, I'm gonna probably like do some editing. I'm not sure yet, but I am too lazy for it. It's not that I'm lazy. It's just that I really don't know how to use After Effects. The only thing I've ever used to edit was Premiere Pro, and Premiere Pro is giving me the business right now. So I have to use After Effects now, and like there's only like so much I can know about that. But I'm still trying to focus on how I'm gonna edit these things and everything like that. What else is there? Is there anything else? I don't know yet. Like personal news, I'm poor. Still no car. I walk everywhere now. But I am trying to like get back in shape. So there's that. Uh, Trying to like get in shape and get myself you know like the goal now is to just I realize now what I want to do in life. I've always wanted to be an actor. I've always wanted to be a performer. Obviously, I wanted to be in front of the camera. Hello, I remember the lines, but you know, like it's always been a bit of a challenge because I never knew where to go to do the acting thing. I was an extra for a short time, and I miss doing that. So the goal now is to ultimately sort of like try to find a way to get back into the acting realm and try to figure out how to sort of expand on that. In the meantime, though, I think that's it. This has been going on a little too long. That's it. Love, peace, be safe, and there is still a meteor coming to Earth. Check your skies.